Hey everybody, welcome back to Hawks DIY. I'm Chuck, and I'm out here on the deck just enjoying a cool breeze. And it finally cooled off. I think it's supposed to be a high of 83 today. So it's much welcome, that's for sure. It's been really hot. I know yesterday it was 95 and it was a real feel of 108. So it's been hot here in Tennessee. But I'm on to another project, and if you've been keeping up with my previous few videos, I've been working on the 2014 Nissan Frontier. And so today I thought I would tackle the headlights. Check it out. See how foggy they are? So I went ahead and I bought one of these. I've never tried it before, but I bought one of these 3M Ultra Headlight Restoration Kits. So I'm just gonna follow this kit and see how well it does. But both headlights are pretty foggy. And you know, this is 2014, so that's 11 years of dirt and grime and UV rays and all the good stuff that they endure over the years. So I'm going to get started on this today, and I'm going to also take a look at the rear axle vent like I was saying in the previous videos. I think what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to inspect it and verify that air is passing through, and if it's fine, I'll just put it back on. So no sense in spending the money on a new one if this one's fine. So anyway, let's get started. Well, I guess I can go out here and check on the bird feeder. I put one video at the end of my previous video, but yeah, looks like Jeff's got her filled up pretty good. That's good. But man, I tell you what, them cardinals, they love this stuff here. I don't know what that is. Man, they really love that stuff. But yeah, there's a couple blue jays. There's a couple of black-capped chickadees, and a squirrel. we keep chasing off the squirrel. But anyway, guys, to get started on this, I've got me some lukewarm water with dishwash liquid in it. And we're gonna go ahead and clean this up. And I'm just gonna clean one. I'm just gonna do one at a time because it's quite a process for this kit. So we'll go ahead and do this real fast, and then I'll start taping everything up, and I'll come back at you. All right, I got the lens cleaned off. Used that dishwash liquid, lukewarm water, and washed it down, and used a hose over here and sprayed her off. Then I wiped it down with a towel, so we're ready to go. And one thing I was going to say is, make sure you're not doing this in the sunlight. The kit says not to get your lens hot and to not apply this in direct sunlight. And also, I opened the hood because we've got to tape these edges. Okay? The reason we have to tape the edges is because we're going to be using a sanding wheel. And so this is the roll of tape that comes in the kit, and they call for 2 layers of tape so that when you're sanding, you're not getting into your chrome and your paint and all that. So that's going to be the next step. I'm going to have to get this all taped up and ready for sanding. Oh. Well, here we go. Doing this makes me think of that Fabulous Thunderbird song. How's that go, Jeff?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Instead, it's going to be, what? Wrap it up. I'll tape it. So we're going to put two.
You forgot the part where it goes wrap.
Do, rap. Of course, that's probably out of time there. But we're going to get this tape put on. And you got to make sure you really get it on there good so that sanding wheel doesn't get it. So we're just going to continue doing this and just knocked out. It'll take a little while. So there's the first one. All right, guys, I'll come back whenever I get it all done. All right, I got the headlight taped off. Got that part of it done. I put 2 layers, so we should be good. I may put a little more out here. That way, if I drift over here with the sander, it won't get that part. But yeah, we're ready to go on that. And then I've got my brother's Bauer cordless drill set up with the 500 grit sandpaper that's provided in the kit. And I'm going to make sure and turn this down too. Turn it down all the way. And then that's ready to go. So I also got a pair of safety glasses and a mask. It says it's skin irritant, so they recommend using safety glasses. And you can see I've got some gloves on as well. So make sure to do all that. Stay safe. And then we're going to get started here. The goal is to sand this down to where it's an even frost look. And this is the first stage of the process and probably the most pivotal stage. The better you get it more evenly frosted, the better it's going to turn out in the end. So make sure and keep that in mind. So I'll put you on the stand and we're going to get started. All right, here we go. We're ready to rough this thing up. Make her look rougher than Kathy Griffin. Have you seen her lately? Man, she looks rough. Anyway, we're going to get started. Every once in a while you want to spray off your remove the dust. Okay, I got the headlight, that first stage done. She's frosty, that's for sure. So the next stage is we're going to go to 800 grit, and all we're doing is we're reducing the scratches from the sanding. So that's going to be the next stage. I'll have to do the same thing all over again, just with 800 grit now. So anyway, that's where I'm at. All right, guys, gals, I got the stage 2 done. Now that was with the 800 grit, and so that part is done. What we have to do next is we've got to do wet sanding. And so I got me a water bottle here, and then I got the last sanding pad, and so we're going to have to wet down the sanding pad and the headlight, and we're going to have to wet sand it, and that'll be the final sanding before we have to put on the clear coat. And they give you 2 clear coat packets. Now here's the deal on this. You get 2 packets, not one for each light, but you get 2 packets because you have to put 2 coats on both lights. So I think what I'm going to have to do here, guys, because as soon as you open one of those packets, you got to use it. So I'm going to go ahead, finish wet sanding this one. It'll be ready for clear coat. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm probably going to start doing that tomorrow because it's already starting to get late in the day and I haven't eaten. And we'll get it ready for clear coat as well. And then that way, whenever I open this packet, I can get it done. Because you have to put 1 coat on both lights and then let it dry and then put your last coat on. So I guess that's the plan. So we're going to have to kind of stick to that because of those packets. So I guess I'm going to finish up today. I'm going to wet sand this, and I guess I could show you that part. There's not much to it. It's just sanding with water, you know. So anyway, let me put you up on the stand. All right, guys, we're ready to get started on wet sanding this. Hey, if you like this content, click like and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. It really helps out the channel. So what we got to do here is we got to wet the, let me get this sprayer pumped up first. Never even used this sprayer. I bought it for this project. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So we're just gonna wet down the pad. And then we're gonna wet down the headlight. Now I'm gonna be pretty generous with it because I don't want it to get dry. So we'll get started here. All right, guys and gals, I got that wet sanded, and turned out it's supposed to be a little cloudy looking like that, but I did 5 passes, and that's after you start seeing a cloudy white substance. And when you start seeing that, that's indicating that you're taking the scratches off. So anyway, I did 5 passes, and that's wet sanded, ready for clear coat. I'll have to take the tape off, clean it up and all that. And then I've got to move over here tomorrow and get this light done. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day, and so far so good. So I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Well, it's the next day. It looks like it's going to be a high of 85 today, so another nice day. It's breezy. You can see the wind in the trees. So yeah, awesome day to get this headlight restoration done. So this morning I went ahead and cleaned this one off and got it all taped off and ready to go. So I'm going to get it sanded down. And once I get everything sanded down, I'm not going to show you that because it's the same thing I just did over here. So once I get it all sanded down and ready for a clear coat, I'll come back at you and show you how to put the clear coat on. So let's get going. All right, ladies and gents. Well, after sanding for a bazillion years, I got this side done. And so now both lights are ready for clear coat. And I'm a little concerned, this one turned out a little more clear than this one. This one's a little more foggier. But hopefully the clear coat will take care of that. I got Jeff's over here laying in the dirt. He's playing the role of Terrell Fixes All.
Now it won't come up.
Oh no.
That ain't even doing that.
That ain't no good. That means you'll scalp the yard. You don't want to scalp the yard, right? What do you say, Jeff?
I don't want to do a lot of things.
You don't want to do a lot of things. We all don't want to do a lot of things.
Well, yeah, but this is a necessity, I guess. I guess we can just let it grow to be 3 feet tall and have somebody come and bush hog it. But,
Oh, it ain't gonna grow 3 foot tall.
if you let it go, it would.
You're just gonna have to go buy a mower.
Yeah, we were got a mower right here.
Oh man. Well, call Terrell up. He'll get you all figured out.
Well, obviously, maybe you can come help me and do a DIY on it.
Oh, there.
Figure out how to adjust the deck right, man, you know?
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, let's get we're gonna get back to the headlights. There's too much going on around here.
Oh, come on, man.
All right, fellas and fellettes, it's time to put the clear coat on. And so this is the moment of truth. Once I open this package, I got to do both headlights. So let's get to getting this done. I went ahead and put some gloves on. And you don't want to unfold it. So Well, I got the first coat, clear coat applied, and this one looks great. It turned out, I mean, dang near perfect. Look at that. It looks sharp. But this one over here, it's got some bad spots, as you can see. But it is better than it originally was, but you can see a little bit of fogginess there and down here. So, and it looks like I didn't sand enough is the problem. So that was my fault. But we're going to let this dry for about 15 minutes. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied so far. I wish that one would have turned out better, but you know, this is my first time ever doing this, so we'll let this dry about 15 minutes, and then we'll put the last coat on, and then I'll do a reveal and show you what it looks like. Well, I got 2 coats of the clear coat, and they look great. This passenger side one dang near looks perfect, like if you had bought the truck off the lot. And then this side don't look bad either. It's got, like I said, a few spots, but after that second clear coat, it kind of cleared up. So, pretty happy with it. So the 3M headlight restoration kit, my take on it is that the first 2 stages are the most important, the dry sanding. So what I found on that is you got to keep the dust cleared off of the sandpaper, and you got to keep the dust cleared off of the lens as well. And I was using the air compressor and just blowing it off, as you've seen earlier in the video. My take on that is you got to focus on those 2 stages, you know, and work on that and be very thorough, and then the lights will turn out great. The wet sanding too, on that, just take your time. When you start to see that white blurry powder in the water, that's telling you it's taking the scratches off. So when you start seeing that, then you should only have to do like 4 or 5 more passes, and you should be done. And then the clear coat is 2 applications. So, you know, in my case, it took me 2 afternoons, but I'm an old feller, you know what I'm saying? But at least I got headlights now. And, you know, a feller can go to the grocery store at night and see where he's going. So, that's a good thing, right? So, anyway, we're going to call it a day for today. I'm going to get back on this axle vent tomorrow, and we'll do that, and then we'll figure out if that thing's venting or not. And then we should have knocked out everything I was wanting to do in this video anyway. So I guess we'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, it's a couple days later, and yesterday we got a bunch of rain, so I couldn't really get out here and work. But it's beautiful out here today. It's cloudy, 75 degrees. Can you believe that? But here's the headlights, and they turned out great. I'm glad I got that done. There's the other one. So today we're going to get on this axle vent, and I've made a decision on this. I ordered a kit, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to modify this. I'll show you how to do that in my next video. But today what we can do is pull the old vent breather off and see if it is indeed clogged. So we're going to get to that today. So boy, I tell you what, it is beautiful out here. 75 degrees at noon. Man, that's awesome. So I guess let's get going here. All right, so here is the breather vent for the rear axle. And so I've already sprayed it down with a little bit of the WD. And I'm just going to clean this area up, because once I pull that breather vent off of there, you know, I just want to reduce any possibility of any debris getting down into the axle. We don't want that. So I'm just going to continue to spray this and clean it up. And then once I get this done, then we'll pull it off. It takes a 14mm wrench. So we'll pull it off and we'll inspect it. And we'll see if this thing has been ventilating this axle or not. Like I said, I bought a kit that I'm going to modify this, and I'll do that in my next video. But at least I can pull this old one off today and see how bad it is or how good it is. I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's partially clogged. So we'll see. Let me get this cleaned up, and then we'll pull this off here in a second. Well, I think we're ready to take this off. I got it cleaned up real good, and I feel pretty confident with that. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get this pulled off of here. Ooh, she's on there tight, boy. I may have to. Now, there she went. Just had to get the right leverage on it. Well, got some good news, folks. So the vent breather is clear. It's not clogged. So it's perfectly good shape. So I'm going to put this back in for right now. And like I said, I ordered a kit, a vent breather kit for this truck. And so I'm going to modify this. And I'm going to do that in the next video. But I guess that's going to do it for this video. At least we know what's going on. The axle's venting properly. And so it hasn't been putting extra pressure on the axle seals, which is a good thing. So, but I am going to modify it. And this will help protect from water getting into the axle. And I got my headlights done, so it's been pretty cool little journey with getting all this stuff done. But I hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, doesn't cost anything, really helps out the channel. And I'll see you on the next one, and we'll modify this axle breather, and that ought to be a pretty fun little project. So anyway, we'll see you then. Bye.